Hey guys, welcome to Neat Movie News. My name is Dean Thomas.
His name is Dean. We like Dean.
Dean.
And a movie that I've really been looking forward to. It's based on the incredible true story that I don't know how I didn't know until now. It's the movie based on it. I was lucky enough to see it a couple days early, and that movie is Hacksaw Ridge.
I always dreamed about being a doctor, but didn't get much school. I can't stay here while all them go fight for me.
But you figure this war is just going to fit in with your ideas?
While everybody else is taking life, I'm gonna be saving it. And that's gonna be my way to serve.
This is a World War II drama, and it's from Mel Gibson. Yes, you can say whatever you want to say about Mel Gibson. He's done some very horrible things. But if you want to just separate his personal life with his directing ability, the guy knows how to make a movie. He knows, with just a movie like Braveheart, he gets very epic, wide-ranging battle scenes, but fills those battles with very interesting and very vibrant characters that you really, really care about. And that's exactly what he did with Hacksaw Ridge. This story is such an incredible tune of an absolute American hero, Desmond Doss, played by Andrew Garfield. It's a story that really needed to be told, and what this guy went through. The basic idea is he refused to hold arms, to take up arms, to hold a rifle, to go into battle and take a life in general. He was flat out against it. He was prosecuted for it, for going against his commanding officers when they would tell him to pick up a rifle. So much so that he was very close to being imprisoned for it. But he stuck to what he believed in, and he decided he was going to save lives instead of take them. And the story really is incredible. The name Hacksaw Ridge comes from because there is a battle where it takes place on a battlefield right on top of a ridge, and that's where they were going into. And it was almost like a suicide mission, to be honest with you. But this movie tells that story so well. And yes, the movie is like visually stunning. I mean, it looks incredible. But I think what matters the most about this movie is that with all the war going on and the intense battles, it's that you care about the people in the battles. Mel Gibson spends a lot of time really letting you get to know these characters, letting you get to know Desmond Doss and all the other guys in the army along with him, his commanding officers. They all let you really get to know them, so you care that much more when they're in the battles. And the battles themselves are brutal. It doesn't hold any punches. And while I won't put it up quite, as a Saving Private Ryan, that opening scene on the beach, I don't know if it's quite there, but it comes close just with the striking realism, just how brutal and intense it is. And the fact that it's even in the conversation, I think, says a lot.
I'm gonna get you home.
Because it is crazy intense. There's this chaotic intensity to it that is just hard to watch, really. It plays like a horror movie, and I think in a war movie, and when war battle scenes are done well, it's going to come across as a horror movie because war is horrifying. So that was something that was really, really strong with this movie. And like I said, it's because you care about all the characters within it and all of the performances. There's not a single performance that I didn't like in this movie. Andrew Garfield very much deserves an Oscar nomination for this movie. He plays his character so well. Going into the movie, I was a little concerned that it could be a little over the top and a little cartoony, even just because of who Desmond Doss was. But it never comes across like that. Instantly, you are sold on Garfield's performance as Doss, as his character. And I really think he deserves an Oscar nomination for this role, while obviously the guy he's portraying earned a Medal of Honor because he is really truly an American hero. And like I said, all the performances were great, and I actually really liked, I don't know her name right now, and I'm not sure what else she's been in, but the girl who played his wife, I thought she was really a strong character, really added some emotional weight to the story, and I really liked her character as well, so I'm definitely going to be looking out for more that she's in upcoming. I mean, guys, this is probably for me a top 5 movie of the year. I don't know quite where I rank it. I need some more time to really process it. And obviously, there's so many great movies coming out from now to the end of the year. Who knows what that top 5 is going to look like? But right now, I would definitely put it in the top 5. I have a small, just couple nitpicks here and there in the movie. There was a couple shots, like a couple camera shots that maybe lasted at the most 5 seconds, that felt a little over dramatic. There was a couple times where things felt a little over dramatic, but for the most part, that wasn't a problem. It was just very occasionally for very short moments of time, and I just noticed it. And then there was the other thing too was some of these battle scenes, they're crazy intense, but they felt slightly too long. I think part of that reason is because Doss is not the focus. Desmond Doss becomes not the focus of the battle scenes as much. He's definitely in there, but there's times where he's not on screen for it felt like a good 5 to 10 minutes every now and then. And I think that's because the story wasn't so much about what he did during the battles, and yes, he's very much active doing some very heroic things, but it's what he did after the battles that was what truly made him the hero. So I thought the battle scenes, because the focus wasn't on him so much, probably could have been cut down just a little bit so the focus was put on Doss a little bit more. But overall, this movie is great. You really get to know all of the characters, especially Doss. You understand why he believes what he believes in. You understand his background, where he comes from, why he enlisted, why he's so firmly planted in his beliefs. And I thought all of that very much goes to the script writing, the directing, and especially Andrew Garfield's performance as a character. Hacksaw Ridge, like I said, is a top five movie of the year for me. So when I score this thing, it's up there. I'm going 96%. Hacksaw Ridge is an incredibly intense war movie, but it's not just a war movie, it's a character driven movie, and that's why you care about the war scenes, is because you care about the people in them. And it is a powerful movie. I was in a packed audience with this. You could tell people are into the story. They were emotionally invested. And walking out of the theater, you could tell it impacted some people. There's definitely some people with some teary eyes, some people that definitely thought this movie needed to be seen by more people. That seemed to be the consensus I was getting. So the fact that it was reaching a large audience of just average moviegoers, I think says a lot to the Hacksaw Ridge. And just, I really, really cannot express enough that everybody should go see this movie. Like I said, it's a 96% for me and a top 5 movie of the year. Well, there you guys have it. That's my review of Hacksaw Ridge. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Neat Movie News for all the latest in the world of movies. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you back here next time.